All right. What is going on, sis? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Hey, we got to go do some sharing on social media.
Let's do it.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and do some sharing. Get everybody in here. Let them know we live. I know we might be a couple minutes late.
We'll be on CP time.
I mean, it happens. It's 9 p.m. and it's a late it's a late show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had a pretty, long day today, so I was doing my best.
You sipping on anything tonight?
I have a little glass of rosé in my,
Okay.
Black Lives Matter cup. What you got?
Okay. I'm back on this vermouth.
I haven't had that in a while. That's pretty smooth.
Yeah. It's nice. We be grabbing bottles of this because it's just not your norm, and it's nice and smooth. I found it when I went out looking for Taylorport after the whole social media buzz of Taylorport.
Don't do the Taylorport, friend.
Nah, we did it, and we had both of these, and I was like, yo, this is way better than Taylorport. I mean, this is 16%, Taylorport is 18%. The sad part about the whole Taylorport saga is that people were just getting it to get drunk or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I actually like wine and understand
I
wine.
do too. I'm a wine snob. So
Yeah,
I definitely I like my wine and I understand it. And that Taylorport, my best friend, she brought some over and we drank it and we got toe up and yeah.
And then the next day you throw up. So, it's
Well,
just
I
like,
didn't throw up the next day, but I got drunk really, really fast and I didn't like that. I don't like the feeling of being tore up.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Now that I'm older.
It's too sweet. It's definitely nothing that anyone of any stature would really drink. It's definitely something to just if you are blatantly just trying to get toe up,
pretty much.
You just heard that your whole world is ending and then tomorrow's your last day, then maybe Taylorport might be a move.
Right. That's
outside of that, yeah, it's that the Last Supper for reals, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's what's up. So let's see here. We are popping right now. Let's go ahead and jump in to the show here. But I want to make sure, hey, anybody who's out there, as y'all are jumping in, everybody seem like they chiming in, everybody else on CP time too, then make sure you put a little comment in there. Let us know.
Let us know you're here. And share.
Let us know you're here.
Share.
Exactly. Like and share. The number one things that you could do is like and share. You ain't got to spend no money, but like and share.
That's it.
You
can
spend some money if you want. We got the Cash App to throw at you.
And we will love you.
Like and share. Okay? That's all I'm asking. Like and share. That's it.
Somebody smash that love button.
Yeah,
come on now.
like that. Get, as my boy Pierre would say, get violent on that like button. Get violent on that share button. You know what I mean? Do it. So let's go ahead and jump in, folks, to the show. We'll go ahead and get the show started, and we're gonna jump right into the timeline review.
Okay.
So, but first.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I do. That's what I do when I'm trying to stall.
If you're new to us, we play a drinking game. Every time Joe makes me do this, take a sip of your drink, you probably won't be able to stand up by the time the show's over because we do this all night long.
What's up, Roro Dixon? That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Pretty face. What's going on?
Oh, she's beautiful. Right. Inside it out.
Hey, I just always hope that people look like they do in real life. as they do on social media. That's all I ask from people these days, because right now, like, I'm disappointed in people, because I mean, our women, is running around with these big giant bonnets on that look like a different shade of Ronald McDonald's hair. It would look like a different shade of Ronald McDonald's like wig or something like that. Like at the grocery store. I mean, I'm mad and I'm disappointed that is what's going on. What's going on, James Craycroft?
I'm mad and I'm disappointed that
I know James mad too.
People run into me outside all the time, and then they don't never speak. They know me from social media. Then you'll DM me and say, I saw you in the Walmart. You're really pretty in person. You look just like your pictures. Well, if I look just like my pictures, well, you know it was me. Come say hi.
You know why? Because the insecurity that they have, they look like a wolf in real life. So they just didn't, gotta take a drink. I guess I should start joining the drinking game, right? Right. All right, but look. But that's all I ask, folks, is look like you do on social media in real life. That's it. Because filters is just, oh my gosh, like it's done got out of control. You got whole filters, people looking like a woman when they really a man. I mean, like, it's just ridiculous. The filters is out of control. Right. But like I said, folks, we gonna go ahead and get this show started right now.
Let's do it.
No panties after dark. Your adult relationship conversation. Going where most ones. Speaking on things most don't. It's no panties after dark. We put the relations back into relationships.
That's what's up. That's what's going on, folks. It is yours truly, Mr. Just Ask Joe, as well as my hostess with the mostest, my sister from another Mr. Miss Pretty Brown Skin. How you doing there, sis?
Pretty good. You got your other show up, right? We cross promoing. I mean, the Tipping Point morning show is the dopest Saturday morning broadcast ever. I advise you guys to tune in. You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna laugh a lot. It's a good time.
Absolutely. And this Saturday is going to be quite dope. So thank you for hitting that. Did you hit that? The background?
No.
Really? That's so weird. Because I really didn't do anything just now. Oh, you know what it is? Because you know what? Because I figured out how to switch brands on here. So either way, but I'll talk to you about it. So first up to the stage as we look at the timeline review. What we do, folks, is we go ahead and we jump on our own timeline and things that we may have posted within the last week. We jump on it and we look at it and we talk about it. So first up,
and y'all can post on our timeline too, because people DM me stuff all the time like, hey, can you talk about this? Like, I got like 5 DMs last week. I'm like, post it on the timeline.
Exactly. Post it on the page, dog. We give y'all free will. We're like God of the No Panties After Dark show page. We give y'all free will. So you can post as you choose. Now, if it's bullshit, we will take it down and we may even talk about you, but I promise you, it will be funny. So with that understood, okay, so this is, I threw this up here. Lord, there's attraction and then there's deep understanding. Know the difference.
People do not know the difference. That's why, saying you get in this relationship, you look good, they look good, we're attracted, we're having bomb sex, we're going on good dates, and then a couple of months in, like, all hell breaks loose.
Oh man, a couple months, a year, whatever the case may be. Deep understanding is different. Question: do y'all know the difference between deep understanding and attraction? Post in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. about deep understanding versus just attraction.
Because we
Because to
about to go in
me,
on this tonight.
absolutely, absolutely. And our topic for tonight is your relationship in alignment. Everything that's good to you ain't good for you. Sometimes the title be looking like church on Sunday, and the pastor just talking straight to you. So,
But
uh,
like how he be killing me softly with his song, you know what I'm saying?
exactly, exactly. So, what's your love language? I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually learned something, and I learned it this year. And it's interesting because of my age. A lot of people don't. I don't post my age or talk about it, because I'm just young forever. It's The Rock. But with that in mind, I just learned this year, or at least I think I learned, that your love language has a lot to do with, okay, so whatever you do in a way is kind of like how you want things done to or for you.
That's facts. But you know what? It's really weird because so like I know what my love languages are, but I don't feel that I love in that way. Like my love languages are like my top one is words of affirmation, and then I like physical touch. Now I am a touchy feely type of person, but I'm really good with giving gifts and acts of service. Like that's how I love. So it's really weird. Like that's not really necessarily how I like to be loved, but it's how I show love.
Yeah, I think I love acts of service. I mean, because I like to give gifts, and I am definitely acts of service. So let's go in on this just a little bit real quick, before we get to that Ronald McDonald picture up top. Um, it says what hurts based on your love language. If your love language is gifts, these are especially damaging to your relationship. Forgotten birthdays, holidays, anniversaries. I mean, I don't care what your love language is. If somebody forgets your birthday, holidays and anniversaries, then
Do we want to talk about that? Because we can.
that's gonna spoil
I
some.
was I was I was with someone who forgot my birthday. Well, didn't forget my birthday, just didn't buy me anything for my birthday every year. And when
Mm,
they did, like it was a couple of times they did buy me something, and it wasn't even something that I would have
that you
like
would have
why did
wanted,
you
or
right like why what was your purpose in giving me this? Like you went and bought me a cake, saying brought home a cake and it's a chocolate cake. I don't eat chocolate.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sucks.
I don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's terrible.
very terrible.
Let's see. Regifting your partner's gift. I guess they would regift that gift that they gave you for themselves. Uh, thoughtlessly given gifts, man, that's exactly all the stuff that you're talking about. Let's see, ignoring request hints, refusing to celebrate meaningful occasions, forgetting what was given in the past, saying something negative about a gift. I think that's terrible anyway. If somebody gives you something and then you just like, I mean, it's one thing if it's just like blatantly garbage, like somebody gives you a fake doo doo or something like that,
Ew.
and
Who does that?
you should talk a lot of shit about that. You know what I mean, for reals. But if somebody like gave you a piece of jewelry or something like that as a gift, but you just don't like it, if it ain't horrendously disgusting, then oh, that's sweet, thanks, and then you just don't wear it. I mean, I get it, but you shouldn't talk shit about it. I mean, I don't think. I don't know. Should you?
I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Quality time. Let's see. Using your phone while in conversation. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Damaging. Yes. So if your love language is quality time, then someone using the phone while in conversation, forgetting things that were said, not planning dates, not making time, being distracted during time together. Oh, interrupting, not giving full attention. Whoa, not
Oof.
making an effort to do the things that they enjoy doing, allowing distractions, phone work to take precedence. Oh, oh, oh. Man, you ever be with people and they like play games on their phone?
Right. That's so annoying.
Like
Like, you know what I'm saying?
that's
Like that's really annoying. You know, like we go out to dinner and you're on your phone texting the whole time we're at dinner. Like that's annoying as fuck.
yeah, that's terrible. I will say that cell phones, social media has ruined a lot when it comes to relationships. I mean, and I mean, I think that's fact. Tell me, have any of you all out there experienced, social media issues or, technology issues in your relationship? Go ahead and drop that comment in there and tell us, have you ever experienced, even if you were the guilty one, have you ever experienced social media or some type of technology issue in your relationship? Because it's, definitely technology, social media especially, has gotten a lot of people in trouble, divorced and everything, right? Since it's been out, that's for sure. Another love language here, acts of service. If your language is acts of service, then what would piss you off is making more work for them. I'm confused. Okay, so if your language is acts of service, these are especially damaging to your relationship. Making more work for them.
So I guess like maybe like if it's chores or whatever around the house, like you dirty up the house instead of like helping clean it.
But if your love language is acts of service, then
Oh, they
see, that's what I'm
messed
saying.
up.
Like the way they
The
did it, it
church's
just
money. The
it's
church's money. They fucked up the church's money with that one.
well, I mean, but I guess if you're actors, if you're so these would be things that would be damaging to you, making more work for you, not contributing to cleaning and chores with you, broken promises to you, not wanting to help you out, acting burden while helping you. Yeah, buddy. You sit there and ask somebody to do something, you know, and then they do it with a grunge type of attitude, and then it's like, you know what, I'm just not gonna ask. But then when you do that, then now you're continually doing the heavy part of the lifting over here, and ultimately you begin to resent that person.
Right.
Yep.
And I
Not
mean that's really
offering.
a thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I
And
can't even
you're
get my
sitting here
body out.
cleaning. Exactly, you're sitting here cleaning, and then they're not offering to help out.
Like,
um you
I
know
definitely wouldn't feel loved if I'm sitting here cleaning up the whole house and you sitting here kicked back with your feet up on your Xbox. Yeah, I wouldn't
mm,
feel loved.
yeah, yeah, or on your phone, you
On
know
your phone, yeah.
not surprising their partner by doing nice things without being asked. It's like you ain't got to ask for everything. Do you want me to help with this, or do you want me to put this away? Do you want me? Just do it. Like it's got to get done. It's sitting
Like
in the
Nike said,
way. Just do it. Yeah. So, lastly, here I believe words of affirmation. Let's see, is this the last one? Oh yeah, Latin physical touch. So words of affirmation. So if someone was to, I'm an Aries, so I think words of affirmation is probably like a normalcy, in my love language maybe, because
mm-hmm.
I'm used to uh you know good positive things said towards me and about me, right?
Right.
I'm a higher achiever type of person. I step outside the norm when it comes to business work and other things. So I typically would render certain words of affirmation, right? It's kind
Right,
of a
right.
normalcy. But then if you're getting insults, lies, name calling, cold shoulders, put downs in front of other people, not saying I love you, sarcasm, mocking, imitating, not saying thank you. I mean, you know what I mean?
All
You
of
know what I
that, because
mean?
that's definitely my number one love language is words of affirmation. Affirm me, okay?
Yeah.
Tell me you like me.
Tim Barnum says astrology is evil.
I mean, well, to each
he's
their
he's
own. Some
he's he's
people feel
he's
that.
he's 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 weighing that up against the Bible,
Right. I
which
mean,
is a,
that's some people's
you know,
feelings. You're entitled to your feelings.
exactly, you
We're
know,
into it. I'm a Virgo.
yeah,
I enjoy
yeah.
candlelight dinner, walks on the
Look,
beach.
it is absolutely, positively, beyond the shadow of a doubt that when a person was born has something to do with their personality. You cannot tell me
Do
otherwise.
you know what your moon and your ascending sign is?
I don't know. Joni, can you tell me?
Well, no,
Because
hers would be different than yours because it all depends on like when
is
you were born and
is
where
it
you were
each
born.
day? I mean, because
Yeah,
she's like 3 days within my birthday.
right. But are you guys the same year? And were you born in the same place?
Nah.
Right. So that all of that factors in. So like I'm a Aquarius moon and then a Scorpio rising.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely, believe, again, shout out to you, Tim Barnum, for chiming in. He definitely chimes in on. He's a friend of mine. He chimes in on different shows, and
Well,
always
appreciate
good
you
to see
stopping
him.
by.
Absolutely. But again, when you look at the different beliefs, I definitely believe in the Bible as a fantastic text, but I do realize in research that there is a lot more stuff out there. And honestly, when I go research, when I've all the stuff that I've researched, the different books out there, um, there was a bunch of people who decided what books to go in the Bible, and they decided what books not to go in the Bible.
Right.
So,
and it's like, how can you use it as your blueprint when you don't have all the information?
Exactly. So exactly, and so that's kind of my beef with it, because when man is all about greed, power, right? Okay, so either way, I don't want to go off onto that, but Aries gang, absolutely. She said what time of day you were born to,
right? So all of that factors in where you were born, what time you were born, all of that.
I'm gonna need to figure. I saw something. I think I was.
So your moon sign. Okay, so your sun sign is how you project things outwards. Your moon sign is how you internalize things, and then your rising is how the outside world views you. So I'm a Virgo sun, and then my moon sign is in Aquarius, which is why I don't be giving a fuck a lot. And then my rising sun or my ascendant, my rising sign is Scorpio. And that's why, like, a lot of people are like, I thought she would have been a Scorpio. That's how the world views me. I'm probably telling you too much stuff. So, like, people that are into astronomy, don't use that. Don't come in, like, use that against me. Now you know my weaknesses and stuff.
Yeah, because, I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I know, I mean, I eat a lot of watermelon, so I do be rising. Especially every morning. I just wake up rising. And Tim Barnum, he said, get a drink. You put yourself in a box when you start talking about signs. In my understanding, it is anti-God, not just the Bible. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. When people talk that stuff, then what you got to tell me, because so much gets taken out of context, what you got to tell me is who said it. Let's read the whole book so we can understand context, and then we'll take it from there. But we hats up, family. What that mean? Tell me. I don't know, Jerome. You got me on that one, bro.
Oh, he corrected it.
Oh.
Sometimes you get thumbs.
Yeah. No. I mean, that was dope. I was like, we hats up, fam. I'm gonna start saying that shit. I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up, family? We hats up, family. You know what I mean? Shit. Like he just created a new saying. I'm gonna say that shit every show from here on out.
Go ahead, take a drink, everybody.
Absolutely. We get into wines, man. I start talking about difference between the glasses and all of that stuff. So I'm on that. So let's see. Let's get into something else over here. Let's see. Before we get up top there. Okay, this was hilarious. Do y'all think this is true? This is probably a lot of hoods across the U.S., but Louisville, Kentucky women are some of the toughest men I've met in my life, Somebody put that. I didn't put that, y'all. I did not put that. I just want to let y'all know I did not type that. Louisville women want a man to leap, then turn around and don't follow. Where that nigga go? Man,
Right. And and that's gonna be our main topic tonight.
He going over there. He going over there across the railroad. We don't go over. He going across the bridge. What? We don't go across the bridge. Man, y'all need to stop.
I mean, yeah, we definitely gonna have to. We're definitely getting into that. That's the meat and potatoes of our show tonight. We're gonna talk about this. Are you in alignment? Because I'm saying if a man and a woman are in alignment, that woman will follow that man to the ends of the earth.
And then somebody posted, while y'all out here looking like Ronald McDonald.
I'm done.
I'm done. One.
But see, world.
Them bonnets that females be wearing, it look like the Ronald McDonald wig and whatnot.
We
and it be different colors and whatnot.
$400 on these wigs. Who's wearing the bonnets?
This be them big bonnets, them big
tell
old.
You how much this one that I got glued to my forehead right now cost? You gonna cuss me out?
No, I'm just saying, like the big bonnets covering up your hair, and like you out in public, and it looked like you got a big, giant, weird French chef hat on. Like it's so retarded.
I ain't seen him. Maybe that's in the ghetto. I don't live in the ghetto.
I'm just saying, you go to the grocery store and you hit the wrong one on the way, trying to stop real quick.
I promised y'all I was gonna tell my story.
Okay, so dating married men. Why do some women prefer to date married men? Before you tell your story, let's look at some of these comments. This guy right here, he says, for the same reason men fuck prostitutes. Less attachment with the perks of love when you want it. Shannon Dixon says, no thanks, I'm good. In my defense, it wasn't really ongoing dating. I had an ex reach out to connect, who invited me to dinner. We went to the casino and he gave me some gambling money. It's my mind, especially for this show, goes somewhere else all the time when I'm reading stuff, and I just like, he gave me something. I'm like, oh shit. And then it's like, oh, gambling money. Okay. I was still young and grew up really naive to the ways of the world and the fact that most people are liars. I guess that part of why I don't really bother with dating these days. I've met too many liars in my dating/getting to know you attempts that now I'm not really interested.
You know what? I think that might be a good match. Shayna and James.
Well, he's all
she'll cook for him because she's a good girl. She'll cook. She cooks her ass off too. Y'all can Netflix and chill it up. Mm-hmm. It might be a good match. I'll have to get that.
Let me talk to James first. Let me talk to James.
First. For the love of James.
And then we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens for the love of James. That's what this is about. For the love of James. James, he's all for it. I'm over here clicking the wrong emojis. I don't know why it's not working. But Yashawele, he says they need love too. So, And then this lady right here, she says, I'm waiting on the comments, but I might tell my story tomorrow night. Okay, so tell us your story, sis.
My story. Okay, so I dated a married man for about a year and a half. Now, when I was going into the relationship, I didn't know that the man was married at first. So it was a long distance situation. So he lived in Virginia, and we did like the back and forth thing. And
Richmond?
So he actually lived in Newport News. So
right outside Richmond.
Thing. Yeah, we did the back and forth thing. We'll have to talk off air and I'll tell you his name. So, and he invited me to come he had a big birthday party for his birthday. So he invited me to come to his birthday. He flew me out, got me a hotel, all that. And he was a gentleman, like picked me up. We went shopping or whatever. So like, as we're talking and getting to know each other, he does eventually tell me I'm married, but separated. So he's telling me he's separated. They don't have any children together. And, he was like,
Jerome said he thought you was talking about him.
I've never met Jerome in person, but Jerome is a good time. Anyways, just judging by his timeline, Jerome's a good time. But so we're vibing, we're kicking it or whatever. We hit it off real good. So he's taking me home to meet the family, and it was real awkward because like when I go in the house, I see the wedding photo on the wall. He's his parents only child, so they got the wedding photo on the wall. But his mom tells me, she goes, I hated his wife. I hated her. We didn't like that bitch. And the dad was cool. He didn't say anything about her. So I met the mom, the dad.
He might be messing with her. I don't know.
The brother. I met the brother. Who I met several aunts. Like I've met the whole family at this point. And this man is married. So we're continuing on the relationship and everything's cool. And he tells me, he says, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and file for divorce so that way you're not dating a married man anymore. He's like, wow. I think that I'm ready to like move forward and push this thing full throttle. I'm going to go ahead and file for the divorce. It's going to be me and you. And I want to be a family with you and your boys.
Now, how long was it y'all been dating?
At this point, we have been dating for a year, and I've met the whole family. I've met the whole family. I'm in there. They love me.
Shit.
They
the whole family, and the picture's still up. Okay,
family.
Keep going.
They love me. So he saying now we're Facebook official. He posts a picture of me on Facebook, and she comments on the picture and says, "Congratulations, she's beautiful." Okay, so I was like, okay, well that's awkward. So I guess like her seeing my picture on Facebook triggered her and made her want to fight for her marriage. So fast forward. His father passes away, and saying I didn't go for the funeral or whatever. I let that be like family time or whatever. So I guess like that's when she came back into the picture. So he snuck around behind my back and cheated on me with his wife. So so then like a few months later, and I found out because he invited me back down. At this time, he invited me back down, and it was his birthday again, and he left his phone with me. So I went to call his phone and the phone rang and it was in my possession. I go through the phone, just out of curiosity because I got access to the phone. So I go through the phone and guess what I found out? He been back seeing his wife. So, and I knew something was weird because I couldn't go visit the mother. He wouldn't have, and me and mom, we like this. So, and mom loves me, like she loves when I come visit. So I was like, why can't I go see your mom? I want to go see her. And he wouldn't let me go see her. So I get dressed and I get as cute as I can get, makeup, dress, all of that, fix my hair. I get in my car and I drive over to the house and I ring the doorbell. And guess who answers the door? The wife. And I was real polite. I was like, is Tim here? I asked him, I was like, is Tim here? And she's like, Tim, you have a visitor? And when he came to the door, when I say that man turned white as a sheet. He was white.
What? I mean, but what complexion was he before the fact?
He's beige. He was a beige dude.
Beige, okay.
He was beiger than Drake. So, and he turns completely white. Yeah, he turns completely white like he saw a ghost, like he couldn't believe it. I was like, you left your phone. And so, and like that was the end of
First off, how you still over your ex-wife's crib or wherever?
No, it was his mom's house. So
how you still at your mom's house and you don't know your phone's gone? If my phone disappears for like 2 seconds, I'm damn near having a heart attack. Okay?
Because like it was his birthday the night before, and we had gotten really, really drunk. Really, we like kicked it really hard. We got really drunk. So his ex-wife, his wife was babysitting his mom so that he could be out partying with me.
So did we talk about it earlier that his mom needs to be babysat?
Yeah, his mom, well, she was older. So his mom and dad, they were divorced. And the dad moved into the house and like both of them, like, both his parents were in the house and he was their caregiver. So when the dad died or whatever, so, when the mom, when he was out with me, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, eventually after a while, the mom passed away a few months later. And then the wife messaged me and she came to me as a woman about her husband. The wife came to me as a woman about her husband.
Mm.
And she said, Tim is my husband and my friend, and we can do it. We want to do it our marriage. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm out. I was really done when I walked up to the door and I saw, you know, saying with me and her, we're standing face to face. He's an older guy. She's older. She looked like an older version of me. So basically, like, he traded her in for a newer, younger version. And so, but he's telling me that he's separated and he's back messing with his wife again. I was like, you know what? He's all yours. But what ended up happening was after I stopped messing with him, he started messing with another young lady, and the same shit happened. He told her that he was separated. Yeah.
Okay. So hold on. So hold on. Let's break this down, because first and foremost, like Jerome and like Billy Ray Valentine said, wait, what? How he cheat? Because he didn't cheat,
he's married,
because he was still married to her.
Right. But,
so really, he was. You were his mistress. He was cheating with you.
Well, I don't know, because it's very weird. Like, he took me around the whole family. Like, everybody was in on it.
I mean, hey, they I don't know. I'm confused as well. Rock's Kitchen, he says, you wasn't dating a married man. She was checked out and then saw all that chocolate he was getting with. She got mad and took the cookies back.
That's exactly what happened. But what's so crazy is he's had like 2 girlfriends. He had like 2-3 girlfriends after that. Same shit happened.
And look, Rock's Kitchen said, you ain't telling us everything. You were involved in an open relationship and didn't know it.
Maybe I didn't know it, but you know what? I feel like everybody knew but me.
You know what? It sounds like that. And no, we didn't. This is because of you did glaze past the part about mama needing to be babysat, and we did not know that earlier. And then when you just threw it out on us and it popped up on us, it's like, what in the hell is she talking about? The mama needed to be babysat.
His wife babysat his mom so that he could be out with his girlfriend.
This just lets you know that America is terrible.
And she knew she was babysitting him so that he could be out with me. She knew that he was out with me.
You was dealing with the married man whore.
I was.
And look, Billy Ray Valentine, he said sneaky link without the sneaky.
Right. So she knew that he was out with me. So the only person that did not know in this situation was me. So when I found out, like, he was like, whoa, you wasn't supposed to know
that. Yeah. Jerome Bigham said it best. He's a pimp. That's just plain and simple. He's just a pimp, and he he got exposed.
Basically, but I'm still here like, what, the mama, the dad,
he did not put enough baby powder on. Exactly.
Nobody told me.
What did he do for a living? Was he wealthy?
He had a little coin.
Okay, so if he had a little coin, then maybe he's paying some bills to the mamas and daddies and all the family people, and so they kind of just like, we shut up on that stuff because he's paying some bills. So if he wants to have 3, 4, 5 outside of his one, then let that math be the math, and that's it.
But when we broke up, when I say he was devastated when we broke up. This is back. I don't know if you remember this, Joe, when we used to be when we originally had Impact and we were all very Twitter popular. And you remember when he drugged me on Twitter for like 2 weeks, like 24/7, just tweeted about me. You remember that? He was devastated when I broke up with him.
Yeah. And Rock said it best.
That's the situation. You remember that, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Rock said it best. This is normally some Ken and Karen stuff, not us. And that's true. We be jumping into every arena trying to do everything else. We play tennis, we play golf, and it's cool. We jump in and we dominate. We do not need to jump into this sport and dominate that.
No.
Either. Exactly.
And that's why I said, she was like, me and my husband can. You exactly right, ma'am. I'm not fighting with you over your husband. Good day.
Absolutely. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and jump into. Are you ready, sis? Are you ready,
Yeah.
sis? Are you ready,
We
sis?
only
Celebrity
got 2
news.
stories.
Okay, celebrity news. You can't use, and then we're gonna jump into after that. We got. Do we have a confession this week?
I think you have it.
Do I
I
have
was
it?
out hoeing around today, so I didn't get to check the box.
Okay. I think I do got it. So yeah, no. I think I do. So all right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do that after we get into celebrity news. You cannot use so pretty brown skin, pretty brown
All right.
skin. Go
So,
ahead and tell us something about this celebrity news we can't use.
all right, so we got 2 stories this week. It's more than enough. It's juicy. It's salivating. It's salacious. All right, so brother Diddy Love,
I like it.
salacious. Brother Diddy Love, they had a baby on Carisha.
Okay.
With a new boo. Like this woman came out of left field. We ain't ever seen this woman before. She done popped up with a baby. Now the baby was born in October, and he just announced it like this week, like over the weekend or whatever. So my spidey sense is tingling and telling me like they had to wait till their DNA test came back to make sure it was his before they announced it to the world. So he had that baby on Carisha. You know how Carisha feel about Diddy. So now Carisha and Gina, Diddy's other little girlfriend, have been going back and forth at it on the social media, on the Twitter and the Instagram, and they're going back and forth. And Gina said City Girls is down. JT came to Carisha's defense and was like, that's why Diddy sent you to the chop shop for an abortion. So shut the fuck up. Like they've been going ham.
Oh wow.
On the Twitter. But Diddy did come and say that Carisha is not a side chick, and she is very important to him, and he does not play about her, and he ain't discussing it any further.
Okay. So he stood up for his woman, stand by his woman, right?
But is she really his woman?
I mean,
I don't know what they doing.
By all intensive purposes, it sounds like she is, right?
I don't know.
What y'all think? Is Carisha really Diddy's woman? And for those of y'all who may be as celebrity deprived and not understanding as I am, then Carisha, from my understanding, is from the City Girls, right?
Yes.
And that is it. And no, that is not who Chris Brown yelled out on that song. That's Karrueche. It's not Carisha. I don't know where people.
I love me some Carisha. I be listening to Carisha in the gym. I be a whole City Girl on the treadmill. I love me some Carisha.
Yeah, and then she, and it's because she's the one. I did see an interview on her show with Gates, and then her show won. What was it that it won? It was number one. It
won something, an MTV award, was it?
Something like that. And it was like it was what is Diddy's
Revolt
platform?
TV.
Revolt, yeah. So she won the Revolt joint, and then people was like, "Oh, he's dating her. That's a conflict," which I think it was a big conflict of interest. But nonetheless, I digress. So go ahead, sis.
All right, and so then in other celebrity news, we got the Meg Thee Stallion trial, and
I feel so bad about this.
You know what? After today's testimony by Kelsey. This is what I think.
Who's Kelsey?
Kelsey was Meg's best friend. So
she was there.
She was there. So I was talking with my friend about this. Me and my friend, we went on a little ride today. We went on a field trip. So we were talking about this in the car because we were listening to some of it. And this is what we think happened. We think they got drunk and they got to fighting. And Tory told Kelsey that he was fucking around with Meg because Kelsey didn't know until that night when they got into
Hold on. So hold on. This is your opinionead breakdown?
This is my opinionated breakdown.
Okay.
All
right. So hold on. Y'all, for a quick second, y'all, real quick, y'all read the disclaimer. I'm gonna put it down at the bottom. Make sure y'all read all of that so that you read the disclaimer. Okay, go ahead, sis.
All right. So this is strictly what I've gotten from Kelsey's testimony. So Tory and Kelsey were messing around. She caught COVID and left LA and went back to Texas. And when she went back to Texas, Tory and Meg started messing around behind her back. And Kelsey did not know anything about it. So in that night in the car, Tory was like, Meg, tell your friend what's going on. That's when Kelsey found out all three of them are in an argument. Meg said, that's why you can't rap in your hairline struck back her. You know, whatever she said. And she gets out the car. They're arguing. It's dark. They've been drinking. And a gun was shot. Now, both Kelsey and Tori have gunshot residue on their hands. They both tested positive for GSR. So that means both of them fired a gun. So it makes me wonder, Kelsey said that Tori threatened to shoot her. So it makes me wonder, did Tori pull out a gun, threaten to shoot Kelsey? Kelsey pulled out a gun to defend herself. They start spraying. Meg got shot and she didn't know which gun hit her. That's what I think.
Man, and she's trying to pin it, and she's trying to pin it on
him because
Tori.
She don't want to think that her girlfriend shot her.
Or she knows her girlfriend shot her. Them two conspired and said, let's pin it on him. See,
I don't know, because
I solved it.
They're not even cool
I solved it.
Mm-hmm. They're not even
I solved it.
So I don't know, because they hate each other right now.
So maybe she just don't know.
I mean, they were drinking. It's dark. They were fighting. 2 guns went off. Maybe she just don't know which gun shot her.
Or even though they might not, fuck with each other, that could be just for show. Could be just for show. And it could be hoes before bros. That might be.
You know what? That's what your girl used to try to say.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna touch that. But so I don't know. That's just my opinion. That maybe it just was dark outside. They're drinking, they're fighting. The skerfuffle happened, and they ain't know what happened.
What was it? What was it that happened, or what happened?
A skerfuffle.
Say it one more time.
A skerfuffle.
Say it 3 times really fast. What in the
skerfuffle?
Man, hey, look. Is that our last celebrity news? Is that the last celebrity news?
That's the last celebrity news.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. So, folks, real quick, we're gonna jump to commercial. Because that was a lot of weight right there. I mean, because even when you said the whole thing, I clutched my pearls when you said the whole thing about she probably told Megan that she can't dance because or that she can't rap, because what I was thinking as soon as you said that is that's probably what Rihanna said to Chris Brown, and that's why that happened the way that happened when they was in the car, because she was like, nigga, you can't dance, and then this nigga was like, what, bitch, don't be talking about me, I can't dance, you know what I mean? And then he just got mad, and then a skerfuffle happened. So we'll be right back, folks. It is No Panties After Dark, right here at night, which you can catch us during the day, as you see at the bottom on the banner there. You can catch us on Spotify and all type of other streaming sites. So we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Hey folks, check out healthdaddywow.net. 100% plant-based herbs and supplements. Whether you're in person or online, use the word tipping for 10% off. Remember, feel better, look great, healthdaddywow.net. Remember, healthdaddywow.net.
I don't need to sit at your table. We building one. We in the process of building a table. We building a table. I don't gotta sit at your table. I'm building my own table, and I will build you a table in the presence of your enemies.
Habibi Trading Company, home of soap, sticks, and Saya Baba products. Over 400 locations at a store near you. Cincinnati, Ohio, Louisville and Lexington, Kentucky, Southern Indiana, or find yours online at sayababa.com. Again, that's sayababa.com. Habibi Trading Company, where you can find fragrances to incite your senses. Oh man, it's so fun. It's so fun, and it's funny. You know what happens, and this is just all technical stuff. See, this is the reality. See, I need somebody. We need like an engineer person to come and rock with us, because we got some plans, but we just need somebody to say, you know what, I fucks with y'all, FUX with y'all. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna help on the engineering side.
Right.
Because what's happening is, like, you know, there's just different things that I have to do technically at the same time as we're moving and shucking and jiving and whatnot. And that's what's happening. You know, I got to go over to here to get this, to play that, to do this and that, you know. So it's just what happens. But it's all good. It's all
Never
good. I'm
should have
not
gave old people
complaining.
technology.
Man, you know, exactly. That's exactly what happened, because I'm really like 102 years old. I just don't tell nobody. So tonight we wanted to get into this conversation about, is your relationship in alignment? Okay,
Right, 'cause
everything
y'all be talking
that's
about
good to you ain't good for you. See, and you know, again, be like church. The pastor's talking to you. The pastor is talking to you. You ain't been in church
That's
about
right to your
18
neighbor. That's say neighbor.
months. Neighbor. You know, you ain't been in church 18 months. All of a sudden, the pastor's talking to you, and whatnot. You know, and then next thing you know, you be texting your friend, and you're like, hey, yeah, you know, you done heard my name out there in the streets. Everything all good. But yo, with that in mind, is your relationship in alignment? Everything that's good to you ain't good for you. So, what you got for me on this one? Because
I've just been seeing it a whole lot up and down the timeline. I guess the holidays is coming. People is lonely. They evaluating relationships, and I just been seeing this up and down the timeline. You know, like those two posts that we talked about earlier today about Louisville women being some of the hardest men in the world. Like you said that you've had other people say that to you about women here. So I don't know if it's just women here in Louisville or all over everywhere, but you know, I feel, this is my personal feelings, and y'all chime in the comments and y'all correct me wrong if I'm wrong. I feel like the Louisville women are some of the strongest, toughest men out of necessity. Not because they want to be, but because they have to be. What do y'all think about that?
Yeah, y'all need to chime in on this. And then whatever your respective city, country, you know, state, all that stuff, then you can chime in on that. I think personally that it is a normalcy for, in this day and age, for women to jump into a masculine side, because you have less men out there taking care of business, because we're seeing the results of a generation of men that were raised by women,
right?
You know? And what's sad is that most of those men don't fully realize that something's wrong with them. You know what I mean?
Right, and they feel like, you know what I'm saying, because I saw my mom do it, and I saw my mom struggle, and my mom did this. You ain't better than my mama, so you can do it too. And I'm gonna be a fuck boy, and I'm gonna put babies in you, and I'm gonna help you with your bills, and I'm not gonna help you raise them. And you know, because that's what I saw my mama do. My mama did it by herself. You can do it by yourself, and so it just creates a vicious cycle.
It is. Well, and then at the same time, again, you know, we had a whole CIA operation that helped remove, in the melanated community, helped remove Black men from the home. And so, you know, you have that generation growing up without men. And then at the same time, as welfare was getting handed out and passed out to us, then women was like, you know, when a dude said "fuck you," then she said
She
no,
said,
fuck you, because you can go. My baby daddy, Mr. Gov, got me. Got
I'm gonna
me.
get this Section 8. I'm gonna get this food stamps. I'm gonna get this
Mhm.
medical card, and me and my baby, we gonna
Mhm.
be all right, and we don't need you.
Exactly. And years later, women realize, oh, you can't buy that much stuff with without food stamps. But with that in mind, then we've created a whole generation of this is what we're seeing, the results of men being raised by women. There is a reason why in nature you have male and female. There's a reason why no matter what you believe, however we got here, apes, monkeys, and amoeba, whatever, how the hell ever we got here, there's a natural order to things. There is
Exactly.
male, female,
And we were designed.
There's a whole,
by design.
and then there's an output. We
By
see
design.
it in everything. If I go and grab, this right here goes into a hole. This is the male, and the things that it goes into is the female plug. It's just the way it works. Like, it's just what it is. And along with those physical attributes comes emotional attributes as well. So you can't do everything that I do. It's like when Dave Chappelle said that one joke where he talked about
Jesus, you're gonna get us put out. You're gonna get us shut down.
He was talking about, I'm not gonna play it, but he was talking about LeBron James
Drinking game.
and he said, something along the lines that what if LeBron James, decided he felt like a woman inside, and then he could go in the WNBA and dunk on every woman where he would score 800 points a game. I mean, it's just the reality. Like, you can't, and you're not supposed to, and you should be okay with knowing that you're not supposed to, fellas.
No.
At the same time, there is certain responsibilities that are man responsibilities that you're supposed to be taking care of, and what's happening is they're not.
Nobody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Women are trying to be men are trying to be women. We're wearing each other's clothes, and it's
some
just
people are trying to be both. I mean, it's like, I seen some shit the other day reading somebody in some big political or something position that got fired because of I don't know, they got some fetish with stealing luggage and non-binary. That's what I saw. Non-binary. I'm like, word? Because they showed one picture with him dressed up like a woman and one picture as he dressed up like a man. I'm like, so we moved to this now? Like, you can be a non-binary? Like, it's honestly ridiculous. And so now it trickles down to these kids, and I know of situations where kids and families are dealing with this shit, man, and it's fucked up. It's fucked up. I mean, years ago, it was just a situation where, okay, if you felt funny inside and weird, like you not in your own skin, then you grow out of it. It's what the fuck would happen.
Well, I don't have an issue with, saying if you are truly trans. So I just want to make that clear, because we here at No Panties After Dark, we are all inclusive. So we don't have
you be what you want to be.
Truly trans. But my issue is, saying you got the men walking around in the skinny jeans and wearing the bonnets, that type of shit.
Well, my thing is, there's a lot of transsexuals who are now pissed off because they're like, I went ahead and chopped it off and showed you I was for reals. And now they're like, damn, I ain't have to chop it off. I could have kept it.
Let me just go ahead and chug the rest of this wine.
I'm just saying. Like, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers just chopped and then bring, I'm free. and this is how serious I am. And now they're pissed off because they're like, oh shit. See, fast forward 10, 20 more years, and I didn't even have to do it. I could have just kept it, tucked it, and said, I feel like a woman inside.
Now, you know
what I mean?
Now, that's a whole different conversation. I do have a trans friend that transitioned from female to male. And we have talked about, saying the penises, the prosthetic penises. That's a whole different conversation. We might need to get him on here so we can talk about that. That might be interesting.
Exactly. So, it might, I mean, I would, that would be.
Caitlyn did not keep his. Caitlyn's is gone.
Yeah, I think
Caitlyn's is gone. Caitlyn got rid of him.
Yeah,
he's got a vagina made of clay now.
Yeah, because Caitlyn did a whole spread in the magazine. It's so funny to hear her say this, but spirit of perversion has been loosed. Everyone is a freak, because lightweight, I just kind of feel like Right Look is a freak. I mean, she's kind of exemplified it through comments on the show a couple of times. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying, it's just funny to hear it. It just is. So it is what it is. But I'm being facetious. If you have a penis, you are a man. If you have a vagina, you are a female. It's really that simple. I get it, how you feel, but there's science behind it. Absolutely. She said negative. She is not a freak. With the LOL. But see, so here's something, brother, my brother John says this a lot on the Tipping Point show on Saturdays. He says, when you're talking about this, you can dig up bones, hundreds of years from now, and you can tell whether through DNA whether that is a man or a woman through those bones. Your bones tell it all. So, I mean, I'm all about letting people do what they do. I got no qualms with that, as long as it don't get done to me. Then, and when I say done to me, I'm talking about like, I ain't sitting there trying, if I was single and I was hollering and I'm sitting there talking to somebody, and then, you find out that she used to be a man, and then you sound like, she got an innie and an outer yet. It's like, I mean, I think that's like murder or something like that.
All right,
like,
so we gotta
that would call for.
Drag it on back to.
Yeah. Let's bring it on back. Let's bring it on back.
Topic. We gotta drag it on back. So are you in alignment? Do you guys understand what alignment is? Like, I feel like alignment is our new age term for submission.
No, stop.
I don't really like the word submission. I like alignment better.
Yeah, so I mean, not a new age term for submission, because submission is, again, what you do with slaves. Okay, my wife should be submissive to me. I mean, I might like to be beat a little bit, but not into submission. It's lightly spanked. I don't know. Lightly spanked.
A little tap.
Exactly. Wet hands. But it's a situation where submission, it has been more correlated with slavery. Religion talked about submission. Religion uses that terminology of submission, and it's just a situation where when you think about submission, I mean, what you acting like your wife don't have a voice, your wife can't speak up, she doesn't have any equality next to you at all. Like, that's not cool, because
it's not.
That's supposed to be your, in this day and age, your ride or die, meaning like, hey, if they about to come in and beat the doors down, then you grab the other AK and throw it to her. Y'all both shooting it up. You know what I mean? Like,
back. Right.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
So like the way that I see it, like equals, but it can't be 50-50. Somebody's got to have
absolutely
that, what I'm saying? So it's got to be 51-49. That's the way that I see it. But and I grew up and I saw that growing up, so I understand that. So like I understand, like I'm not married, but I would understand like my husband would have the 51, I have the 49. But I would also understand like, we gotta have those conversations up front before we jump into it. So yeah, you look good, I look good, it feels good. But what do we have in common? Are you fit to lead? And and that's what people, and it's not necessarily are you fit to lead, but do you understand what it takes to lead me? Do you understand what I need? Do you understand like what's for the betterment of us? And do you understand how to take that into consideration when you make your decisions? That's alignment.
Absolutely. And you following that man.
I can follow that man because he knows what I need.
In all of those things right there, if he is checking that off, then yeah, that's somebody. But again, but here's the thing. People are jumping in relationships and figuring those things. I mean, not even jumping in relationships. People are getting married and figuring out those things after the fact. And that's not cool. You should have had those tough conversations, those deep conversations before the fact. I mean, I can tell you right now, I'm going to therapy tomorrow. You know what I mean? We going to therapy tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because it's important, and to sit here and act like, it's only because it is necessary for people to have a outside view, someone especially that is specialized in that, to kind of help you navigate, through different things, and this kind of gives you a check and balance to help you understand whether or not, or to make sure y'all are moving in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, like I've been seeing someone new for like since Thanksgiving. I've been seeing somebody new since like, the week of Thanksgiving. And we it's unofficially official, if that makes sense. But we're having these conversations before we jump in. Like, is this worth jumping in? Like, do we understand this is what I want? This is what we're having those deep conversations. No way. I've been, since I've been in a long-term relationship, I've been married before. No way I'm going to jump into something without us having some type of an understanding of where this is going to go and how this is going to work. And that's what's happening. People are jumping in like saying they look good, the sex is good, and then it all goes to hell.
Yeah,
it all goes straight to hell.
Well, see, here's another thing too. When it comes to sex, the one thing that I did learn is that you gotta have more than sex going on.
Exactly.
Because at some point the sex is and typically it's later that the sex fizzles out, and you're trying to figure out what the fuck. That's when the shit goes to hell. That's when daddy goes and buys a Corvette and gets him a little young thing and says, baby, I'm going to buy a pack of cigarettes.
BBL.
Yeah, he and then he goes and buys a pack of cigarettes and never comes back. So I think with that in mind, when you're talking about that, I know somebody told me, an older gentleman told me years ago, he said, if you can take her on a trip anywhere for an hour in a car with the radio off and y'all be able to talk and have fun, you got something good going on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just imagine that. No radio, no social media, no nothing. Just in the car, driving, talking.
Oh, shit. I've had 2 road trips already.
Fun.
We in there.
Yeah. So there's certain little things that, we live in a microwave society now, and people are not hitting these checkpoints before they actually tie the knot.
It's not important, like we're worried about what feels good to us instead of what's good for us.
Mm-hmm.
We're not worried about those things. It's like, okay, we'll get to that later. And then when later comes, you realize like, oh shit, I done fucked up the church's money.
So, I mean, that's just something
We've all
really
done
to
it.
think about. I think we all have,
We've all done
absolutely.
it.
Rock's Kitchen, he says simp, that's the new term. Um, what is a simp again? Is that like a simpleton or like a punk? I don't know. Do you know?
I don't know. Rock's gonna
Uh,
have to come on and explain it.
or he don't
Rock,
have to hit
rock,
these comments and explain it.
right? Yeah, y'all chime in the comments. Tell us what you think about alignment. How do y'all feel about it?
Yeah, because like I said, everything that is looks good to you ain't good for you.
That's what Mama said.
Absolutely, absolutely.
My
So
mom said a lot of other things too, but that's for another show.
so as we wrap things up here as we moving our way out, Rock Kitchen, he says my issue is the secrecy. The crying game is not cool, and I think that was back when we was talking about the innies and the outies. But well, what you was born with. Uh, but yeah. So I don't know. But
Well,
either
you know
way,
what? Let me ask you this while we're on the subject. What do you
sure.
think if someone goes from an outie to an innie and they're now in the dating world? Do you think that they have an obligation to tell the people that they're dating
Absolutely.
that I used to
Absolutely. I
have an
don't care
outie?
if you go from a innie to an Audi or an Audi to an innie. I mean, shit, if you go from a BMW to an Audi, you need to tell people because, that determines a certain level of, potential financial status. I don't know.
I
But
saw a TikTok revolving around this where this young lady, she meets this guy and they move in with his family 3 months after they've been dating. And she asked to use mom's phone, and she goes on her Instagram that's for people that know about her transition. And she forgets to log out, and mom finds out that her son has brought home a boy, or what used to be a boy. And mom like flips out and goes bananas on her and puts her out the house and was like, I'm not telling my son. And it's fucked up because you've been around my kids. Like, and I'm like, wow. And like, mom, you're not gonna tell your son like you've been sleeping with a man?
that's like, your mom should definitely tell you that.
I tell my son. And again, we have no issues with anybody that is of the LGBTQ community or trans. It's just,
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, it's just, I mean,
I won't get
and
canceled.
I think most of them would agree that they do have an obligation to tell someone. I don't think, just like many things, if you got kids, you don't just walk up to people where you meet them at and be like, "Hey, I think you look amazing. I've got kids." Like, no, nobody's saying that. But if you know
We've gone on
get
a
to
couple of
meet
dates.
somebody and you go on a couple dates. I mean, I personally would like to know the first date. Like, if we go out the first date, and
At
then
least by the second date.
as soon as we sit down, then there's a sign or something that says, "Hey, I used to be a man." I would appreciate that, and I would say, "You know what? Thank you." Pew. That's exactly how that shit would sound. That's all you would hear. Because I would like to know. I would like to know right away, personally. I would like to know in the club. Absolutely. In this day and age, I would like to know soon as as a matter of fact, in you should have a sign on top of your head. That's what I want to know. That's just for me. Y'all may be different, but just for me, I would want to know soon as I look your direction.
We're
Yeah, I
praying for
mean,
your
like,
wife because you ain't got no act right.
I'm just saying, I'm talking about, if I was single, blah, 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 I would want to know right away. I'm not trying to know after the fact or none of that. I don't want to get to a first date and not know. I'm sorry, but I am not the one for that. It's not me. No, I don't know what I would do. I'm sitting here thinking about you and done bumped up against you in the club, and we done danced. And, oh God. Blech.
I think we talked about that on the previous show. I remember, being back in college, and this guy picked up this girl from the club, and they go home, and she sucked him off, and then he finds out after the fact that was not a girl that sucked him off.
Oh shit.
And wait a minute, but all of his friends knew, and they knew when he went back in the back room and got sucked off, and they didn't tell him. And they waited until like a couple of weeks later when he got at work and said it at work in front of everybody.
Exactly. And Rock's Kitchen's right here. It's not a good look. There is an agenda out there. We definitely know that they're trying to convert straight men, because when you want to take over a nation of people, then you should have more bitches. I don't want to caress your hand and touch that big knuckle. Tell me up front. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I'm Ray Charles with that shit. Like, hold up.
You over here doing this, Joe?
Hold up. Yeah,
hold like alignment. This is alignment. I can do this.
I'll make it do what it do, baby.
Can you imagine being a woman and Ray Charles tells you no, he feels your wrist and be like, no, bitch, you ugly. I can't fuck you. Like that was
no, can you imagine if he feels your wrist and say, no, bitch, you used to be a man? Like
that would be like a blow to the self-esteem, like a blind man tells me that I ain't fine.
Exactly. Now if you aren't fine, then that's a different story. You can go home and just be like, man, he really knows what he's talking about. But if you,
I feel like if you ain't fine, you ain't fine.
Exactly. I feel like that. No. That's not true. Because people wear tights that shouldn't wear tights. They ain't got no mirror for the back. Everybody's looking in the mirror in the front, and it's a problem. People be wearing tights. They're not supposed to be wearing them.
I definitely look at the back in the mirror. I'm very proud of it. So
a lot of people just got, the mirrors ain't that long, and they don't look at the back.
I'm very proud of it. I definitely look at it every day. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, because I swear my 3rd Street Kroger's is turning into the hood these days. What the fuck's going on in this Kroger's?
I think we've drank too much. We've totally got off topic.
Absolutely. So I tell you what, folks, until next week, we go.
No, not next week.
That's right. Is this going to be our last show for the year?
This is our last show, 2022.
Okay, so this will be our last live show for the year. That's just because we are revamping and putting together some stuff and all of that, and we gonna come back strong. But it's just our break.
We're definitely planning a live event for you guys too, because we want to come and mix and mingle with you guys and meet y'all.
Exactly. As long as you are what you say you are. Just be what you say you are. That's all I ask. I just need to finish
the whole bottle because
just be what you say you are. That's all I ask. Because like Rock said, I don't want to caress your hand and touch that big knuckle. Tell me up front. Stop playing.
We need to get Rock's Kitchen on. When we come back next year, we need to get Rock's Kitchen on because Rock's Kitchen can come in here and drop these jewels. He's all up, saying like it's not fair. He's got this precious juice and I can't get none. And he's got all these great recipes and he's got all this food and I can't get none. So we got to talk about this.
And I think that's a good conversation, aphrodisiacs, food, I'm a chef, I cook and food makes sense and it's great. And when you can cook, then it's great. So, we need to do that. We need to have that conversation with Rock. I'm all about it. Let's check this out before we go. We'll watch this and then we'll head on out of here.
Jackie. Oh yeah, hey, what's going on?
Oh, nothing. I was just calling because it's been a while since I've seen you and I'm in your neighborhood. You want me to come by?
Oh, I ain't tripping. You can do that.
What does that mean?
It means you can come through.
But do you want me to?
It don't matter. I'm not tripping.
Look, Mark, if you don't want me to come by, then just say it.
What? I didn't say I didn't want you to come.
Then what are you saying?
I just said you can come by.
But do you want me to come by?
I'm starting not to.
Then why in the hell you didn't just say that in the first place?
Hold on. Let's hit the pause button for a minute. All I'm saying is it's cool if you come by, but if you don't, I won't be mad at you.
So you're basically saying you're not looking forward to me coming by?
Oh my God! Oh, she's killing my vibe. Oh, she's
Should've
killing
wore
my
me
vibe.
Hello?
Listen. I didn't say I was not looking forward to anything. I simply was saying your company is welcomed.
But not really wanted.
You know, it's starting to get to that point more and more as this conversation goes on.
Why can't you just tell me how you really feel instead of beating around the question?
Question? What question? What are you talking about?
Do you want me to come by?
Man, I'm starting to get to that point of pistosity. Female, I answered your damn question.
Ooh.
All you had to do was just bring your monkey ass. But no, you gotta make shit more complicated than the blind motherfucker putting on makeup.
You are such an asshole. I was trying to be nice and see if we can make up for lost time, but obviously you don't.
You know what? I don't want you to come by. I'm good.
Thank you, Mark, for finally telling me what you really wanted. This whole conversation could have been avoided.
Female, hang up the phone before I reach through my mobile talking device and strangle you.
Asshole.
Hang up the phone!
You and your girl got into it. About
You said
the
what?
word female. This reminds me of when you and your girl got into it about the word female.
Oh yeah. I digress. The word female. Yeah. But nonetheless, we just wanted to play y'all a little quick little something before we jet it out of here, y'all. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, happy. Oh Lord, she scares me when she talks like that.
He did have a million red flags, but you know what? I feel like that conversation reminded him why they didn't come back, why they didn't work out. You know what? Speaking of red flags, before we get out of here, we gotta talk about this. I forgot, and you forgot too. We gotta talk about Mr. Derek Jackson. Look at your face.
Who that is?
You don't know who Derek Jackson is?
Mm-mm.
The relationship guru. They got the picture of him with the wife sitting on his lap like a puppet.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, they getting a divorce. After she said that they wasn't getting a divorce, and she cursed everybody who talked about them. She cursed them, the parents, the grandparents, and their children. You're coming against my marriage, and now they're getting a divorce. What you think about that, Joe?
I think that people get divorced all the time. And if those two want to get a fucking divorce, then they can get a divorce.
I don't think that she wanted the divorce. I don't think that she knew that they was getting a divorce.
Well, somebody did. And apparently all the people
it was him.
who was looking at their
knew.
relationship from outside in could tell that they were going to get a divorce. So
I don't think she wanted, Miss Dania did not want that divorce.
So I
forgot to talk about that. Okay, I had to bring that up real quick. I remembered.
Hey, it happens. That's all we can say at this point is that shit happens. So,
all right.
With that being said, folks, we're gonna see y'all next year. We'll be back in January. Y'all know we're here Wednesday nights. You can still come by because we will still be in the comments with you. Every Wednesday as we replay a live show. And listen, I just want to let y'all know, check us out because Spotify is giving us mad props and whatnot. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, who else? Anchor, man, like all of them. Amazon. you know, they all the places where you can go and listen into podcasts, man, give us some love, especially Spotify, but give us some love and check it out. Listen in, you know, fast forward. Hey, make some memes off of our videos, you know, do some screen recording and make some reels and go ahead and repost them and tag them and laugh and all of that stuff, man. Let's spread for 2023. Let's spread love. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Let's spread love and all of that, you know. I mean, it's gonna be a great year, you know, all of that. I mean, it's gonna be a fantastic year. I was trying to make a child support joke, but it's not coming to me.
Let's not touch that. But we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back swinging. We're coming back
absolutely
swinging, and it's gonna be lit. And thank you guys so much for riding with us and believing in our little show that could. And you know, saying we want to get back to. We're gonna bring y'all some quality content.
Absolutely. We definitely gonna do that. So as is always said at the end of every show, I am just now empty.
Drinking game. I'm on empty. Thanks to our drinking game.
Yes, I am empty. So it is time to go. So
that happened so fast.
Red roses are red, violets are blue. We'll see y'all next year.
And bye 2022.
Hey. Bye 2022. That's what's up, y'all. Peace.
Bye.